how to cope with social media saturation. If you feel saturated right now with your social media strategy, or maybe you feel you're in a funk and you heard so many things around, you have to be on social media, this is the way, this is the only way, I want to share with you today the latest trends that came out from a study that has been done around, how marketers, brands, and consumer are using social media. And I promise you that it will bring back some clarity on what should be your priority on social media. So too many times, I can meet clients and we start discussing, the reason why they want to be on social media. And sometimes it requires, to go back to your business strategy. There is no point on being on social media if you don't know exactly how those social platforms going to really leverage the goals you're trying to reach with your business. So I'm going to share with you right away my screen, because those key facts that I'm going to show you in a second, they're just gonna blow your mind. So let's start with the key stuff so I think over 1,000 people have been interviewed in terms of marketing, like how they use social media. And the number one, if you're still wondering, why should I be on social media? It's to be visible. It's to be discovered. Okay, it sounds basic, but even big brands, smaller, medium brands are all saying this. 89% of consumers say they will buy from a brand they follow on social media, and 84% will choose that brand over a competitor. So bottom line is to grow. So that's number one. The other thing that is top of mind for marketers, like for businesses, is brand awareness. It says that 69% of social marketers say increasing brand awareness is their number one goal for social media. So there are different ways to do it. It's, being consistent for sure on social media. It's also, it could be video views. It could be anything that you create on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or anywhere else where you show up consistently and helping your audience to transform their life, whether at their personal or professional level. The number three that comes in terms of, what do marketer and consumer are looking for in terms of social media? Marketers are not using data to their full potential. So it's always, a struggle. How do I measure what I do on social media? How does this translate in terms of money for my business, right? A lot of data are available on different platforms. There are tools, and it's always like a big mountain. So what I always suggest my clients is to start with, if your goal is to be more visible, increase your visibility, then you're going to start with more videos. So what you're going to count is the number of people who watch your videos and how much they watch from it. So start simple. If your goal is visibility, then what are the signals on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn, or Pinterest that show that more people are seeing you? And just put that in a template, right? So every month you go back and you check, how many people watch my videos. And then month after month, you see if it increases or not. So that it's easier for you to do a parallel between, your increased awareness on social media and the increased amount of generation of revenue for your business. That's a very simplistic way of doing, but basically it takes really to start somewhere. And then the fourth things that they found in that study is that visual social platforms are popular with younger generations. So no surprise there. We're talking about Instagram and YouTube. Who doesn't have a teenager spending hours on YouTube, right? Or wanting to create their own YouTube channel. And then the big separator between brands is the creativity. So how can you be more creative so that you don't sound or look or feel like everybody else? So let's dive in. There is more number I want to show you. So marketers' primary goal for social media is to increase brand awareness. Number one. So if there is just that one thing you want to do that more people know about you, what you can do for them in terms of products and services, this is it. Social media is an amazing door for that. And then number 2 is increasing website traffic. People sending you from their social media platform to their website, to sales page, to blogs, or to other platforms where they showcase their products and services. Okay, so there are other things like grow your brand audience, so having bigger audiences, and the goal of being on social media is about, growing your audience week after week using paid and organic traffic, promoting content, increasing community engagement. And just number like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is driving sales. So, when you hear me say, stop selling on social media, this is what I mean. Like, before you sell anything, you need to show up, you need to serve, you need to let them know you exist, and you need to be that conversation, you need to build that trust before I buy you, because stay tuned, you'll see what happens next. Okay, I want to go and show you the other one, this one. The platforms marketer and consumers plan to use more of in 2020: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, YouTube, Messenger, LinkedIn, and the rest: Snapchat, Pinterest, WhatsApp, and TikTok. Okay, so you see in red is the marketers, and then in consumers in pink. Interesting, especially for YouTube, I find marketers 52%, consumers 59%. So that's, here we go. That gives you, if you're still wondering where should I be, look at your audience age, and then figure out the 2 or 3 platforms that you're gonna prioritize. I hope this helps you and give you, clear information. I want to give you another type of information around think, speak, and act like your customer, Sprout Social says. I love this because this is exactly what, when I work with my client in our DNA lab, where we spend 2 months really like desiccating or like a surgeon, we're going and check who is your ideal reader, who is your ideal viewer on social media, and learn so much about them that you speak like them. I want to check those ones for you. Here we go. This one: how consumers find new accounts to like and follow. Listen to this. The first thing is suggestion in my feed or use discovery tools. So right now in my Instagram 3-week training, we're actually learning how to use the Explore tab, because based on your behavior, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook or other platforms, the platform's going to bring to your attention some accounts that are either similar to the ones you interacted with or not. And this is how you're going to follow new accounts that are kind of customized, tailored to your interest. The second source of reason why you follow new accounts is by recommendation of friends and family. And number 3 is that fascination for a brand that you want to follow. And then influencers, of course, big names or people who are influent, even if it's in a smaller community. If people influence their community, then you're going to find them in your potential accounts to follow. So if you have influencers, and I mean by influencers, even if it's people who have even just a follower on Instagram, a 2,000 following audience, because we don't have to talk about million, but if those 2,000 people are really interacting like big time with that influencer, then you could work with that influencer, and that person could showcase your products to their 2,000 audience that are so interacted. And this is how you actually, how can I say, transfer your content to others' platform. Okay. Am I still sharing? Yes, I'm still sharing. Okay, what else do I want to show you that I found super interesting for you? This one. Why consumers follow brands on social media? Number 1 is to learn about new products and services. And then second, to stay up to date on the company news, and to learn about promotion and discount, to be entertained and be educated. In the middle, that's the education, right? I thought it was interesting because I thought education would have been a little higher, personally. Now, interesting, this one. Why consumers unfollow brands on social media? Number one, poor quality of product or support. So this is why we need to be like so caring. When we raise those audiences around our business, we have to be so full of love, of care, and support at all times, because otherwise people are going to go and check something else. Of course, pay attention to the content. This is why it's super important to know your clients or your ideal clients so that you can serve them content that really fits what they need right now. Or if you have too many ads from that brand, that could be one of the reasons of the unfollow. Just on that note, because working with so many people around paid media, if your ads feel like not an ad, because it kind of comes after months of conversation with your audience, and then your ad around sales feels natural and easy, it should not be a reason for people not to see your ads. Ads are a bummer when you see them and you haven't really done interaction yet with that brand, or they don't know really you yet and you keep seeing them. So they're annoying. So it's all about building an audience through lots of awareness, lots of conversation. And then when the trust is here, like with friends, then you can invite them to your party, or you can invite them to go to a concert, and they might be ready to pay for that concert. Okay, this one. Actions consumers take when they follow brands on social media. Number one, they visit your website. Who doesn't want to be visited on their website? They buy from that brand. Then they recommend that brand to their friends. Then they choose that brand. They're completely in love with you over a competitor, right? So this is why it's so important to build that relationship with your audience in a way that they, it's beyond your product or your services. They really like what you represent, the values, and they know that it's safe to be dealing with you. I think that's going to be it for now, because it's a lot of number. I just want to give you a little insight so that you can really see that you're on the right track. If you're trying to be discovered on social media, this is the reason number one brands and businesses are on social media, is for brand awareness. So you can put in place strategies. And this is exactly what we do when I work with my one-on-one clients for 9 months. Not only, we've spent the first 2 months working on their ideal clients, but then we put in place a system that allows you actually to have your social media platforms to fit in your sales ecosystem. So that when someone comes in as a stranger in your social media world, then you make them go through a journey where they get to know you, talk to you, trust you, and then buy from you, and then come back to you, right? So your social media platforms are just a funnel that they found you by mistake or by interest because of their behavior on social media. Then they have that experience with you on some of your platforms. Then they get out of your platforms to get the stuff that's going to help them the most, buying your products or being part of your courses or becoming your clients. I hope this helps. And if this is something you want to put in place for your business, because this is the time for you to be known. The world is waiting for you to show up more consistently and let the world know about what you can do for your ideal client. Send me a private message and I would love to have you. We could book a call to have a conversation on how I could help you. And if you think of a friend, who could take advantage of what we've been discussing, those numbers that are like open, like they're clear, share that with them. I really appreciate for listening to this video and being there every week for our tutorial. If you want to be sure to see our next tutorial, today was a little special. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel. There is a bell to make sure you get a notification. Until then, have a good day. Ciao, ciao.